What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be a monthly check-in, Leo. Because, I mean, come on, we've had, a planetary shift. You know, this is going to be a busy month coming up here. So we're just going to kind of check in with you and see what's to come, Leo. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling great. Just good energy all around here, Leo. Now, Leo, with this spread, I'm going to be going until Higher Self says stop. We're just going with the flow. And just so you all know, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings. So apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then lastly, the decks that I'm working with. This one is the Tarot of the Divine deck. And then the other one that I'll be working with is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck. And I'll include links for these decks and other decks that I like down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested there, Leo. Interesting, Leo. But this is cool. You know, Leo, I feel like that this month for you, I feel like this is going to be a time of working on some new things. You know, with the Eight of Coins, this can be a card of refinement, you know, and this suggests that, you know, maybe there's something that maybe we're thinking about possibly working on a new skill, or, you know, maybe honing something, you know, maybe, because here's the thing, Leo, I feel like that you're one of the signs that I feel like that should always be just kind of cooking up something, even if it's not even if it's like just for business or anything, you know, but even just like as a side hobby. You know, I find that Leo energy, when you're in your creative space, you know, whether that's maybe doing some painting or maybe some coloring, maybe gardening, just anywhere, cooking, I can keep going, Leo. And in any ways that you can express yourself and that get you in a good place, I find that it makes your growth. It's just such a beautiful thing that I feel like can happen with your energy when I feel like you're really in your element, you know, and whatever that looks like for you. And I feel like that this month, considering everything that's going down, you know, probably with everything that's just happened, you know, because considering Saturn just moved into Pisces, depending on when you're watching this, it was just a few days ago on the 7th. And then we're having towards the end of the month, we got just big players just moving. We got Pluto moving into Aquarius for a little while before retrogrades back into Capricorn. And then you got Mars moving into Cancer as well. So this is going to be a big month, Leo, of a lot of cycles ending, but it's also a good time for new beginnings as well. You know, this is not just a lot of just letting go of stuff. You know, we don't want to just be focused on all the things that, you know, like, oh, that are holding us back. You know, we want to celebrate stuff too and celebrate the new opportunities that are coming in. But Leo, something to think about too. In order for us to really make the most of these energies and to grow into this transformation, because we're all going through it, Leo, and it may vary energetically for everyone, but it doesn't change the fact that it's happening. You know, we want to make Saturn is the type of planet that if there are areas that we've been ignoring or that we haven't worked on, then this is the time to start brainstorming. You know, if you're feeling, especially if you're feeling like, you know, I feel like that if we've been maybe focusing on work that's not fulfilling us, Leo, you know, and that's not to me for saying like, you know, like to quit your job. Like, I mean, if you're able to, you know, to just start doing, you know, creating some stuff that you love, then, you know, absolutely go for it. But I do feel like that if we've been feeling like what we've been doing as of late has been just really toiling, like there's just no areas for us to really think outside of the box and really flex that creative muscle that you have. Maybe I'm thinking, for example, if we're at a work thing, work can eat up so much time. I feel like we pour in so much. If we're doing like a 9 to 5, we'll pour so much out, so much of our energy, trying to fuel someone else's dreams. And this may be your passion, where we're working at, in which that's dope. But also, it's making sure that we're doing some stuff on the side for us as well, because it's not just all work all the time. We have to take some time and play. It's a balance, Leo. And so I feel like this month for you is it's finding that balance, and you may feel kind of weird about that at first, but this is something that I feel like is going to be really healthy for you as well, because we all need like some kind of outlet to express ourselves, just kind of, vent off steam, or, just to express ourselves, or just anything along those lines, Leo. But just considering that your ruler is the sun, you and the sun live in the 5th house, you're really childlike energy, when I'm thinking about that. Allow your inner child to play, because we're just pretty much just like we're kids and just adult vessels here, we're meant to, here's another thing to think about, Leo. We are creations, just ourselves, these vessels here, these bodies, they're creations. And and when you think about that, we're just, how do I want to put this? We're creations, and we are a reflection of, however you connect to the source there, Leo, God, Buddha, Jesus, higher self, whatever. We are a reflection of that higher source, that creative source. And so we're meant to create as well as being beings of creation, When we're not creating, it's almost counterintuitive to our journey here. And I hope that makes sense. But I just feel like, making some room for that, Leo. This is a good time. A lot of, like I was saying, a lot of cycles are ending, but this is a good time to kind of work in some new stuff if we've been feeling this lack. It's about having, that mind, body, and spiritual, that balance there. More. And let's see what else we got here, Leo. Look at you, King of Coins. And that's the thing, Leo. You probably are at this place. I bet you are full of great ideas. The King of Coins is a very abundant figure. And I'm even thinking, too, you got a couple of Virgo cards kind of pulling up here. King of Coins is represented by Virgo. I feel, and listen, this isn't medical advice, just keep that in mind. But I feel like it would be good for your health, too, Leo, if we start doing things, start making like our creativity like a thing, making it like a routine, because Virgo energy can deal with health, and it can deal with like routines, and it can also deal with jobs, Leo. So this could be something too where I keep telling you, your ideas could be something where if you want to make a profit off of it, why not? Especially with how I was just actually telling Aquarius this not too long ago. I feel like that, or in my last reading, that when I think of your energy, Leo, you really are just an abundance of imagination and creativity. I feel like, Leo breathes life into the world. You're represented by the sun. Like, come on. And I feel that maybe some of us, because it's not like I feel like that Leos aren't confident, Leo, but there's something that I feel like that maybe we tend to overthink this, or that if your creation is not received with like praise and love and admiration, then it can get discouraging, and then we just automatically, maybe just like scrap it and just call it. But here's the thing, Leo. I feel like that when you're starting to work in these new routines and stuff, and of expression, I feel like at first, let them be abundant for you. Don't worry about what other people are thinking, because of everyone, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Leo. And I know that may sound cliche, but it's true, abundance, because abundance looks differently for everybody. And I find with this King of Coins, if you just did this thing just for you right now and just see where that takes you. Because sure, maybe this is something we haven't done in a while. Maybe we haven't flexed that muscle, that creative muscle, and, we might be a little rusty at first. That's fine, trial and error, a couple of them. But here's the thing, Leo. You see how there's this tree that's just growing off this turtle's back here? I feel like that's you. You're just abundance follows you, and it's just whenever you feel like manifesting it, it's there for you to do it. And you can do it in such colorful and such inventive ways and such fun ways too, Leo energy. And listen, I may not have it in my sun or my moon, Leo, but I have it from my rising. I have rising Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, and it's a whole, so I'm familiar with your energy. And there's a lot that can go down, and I feel like it would do you some good, to when you allow yourself to really feel and to express, you really do come into your power, and just abundance just manifests all over for you. So, Mark, let's see what else. And Leo, when we're doing this thing, don't let this stress you out. When I'm thinking about carving out time, because some of us, might be thinking like, oh, I'm too busy for this. I don't got time to paint. I would love to, but in the Leo, if you would love to, take aside time. Let's not make this harder than it needs to be. Let's work in just 10 minutes. If you could take 10 minutes and just to kind of maybe write something, maybe that's your jam. But just something. And in Leo, it doesn't even have to be just in just like your typical, we have the internet. If you like visual design, graphic designs, whatever, it can look like whatever medium you choose to channel this energy through is irrelevant. It's just as long as we're channeling energy through something and manifesting some things, getting into that practice. Because here's the thing, Leo, and I talk about this all the time with your sign. Your signs can be natural leaders. And if you do, and what a great example for everyone else to do what you love, just to manifest, just to start creating stuff and in thinking big, Leo, because I find that, and this might be the Jupiter and Leo placement, but I always feel like that it's Leo energy. I feel like you just, when you want to do it, you just do it the most, just really go for it and really just do it big and be enthusiastic about it, because it's just you have such, being that the sun is your source of energy. I mean, come on, it's the sun is so important, and the sun is exalted in your sign. You're just brimming with creative force here, Leo. And when the world sees you putting your skills on display, that inspires them to do the same. It's inspiring other King of Coins. And I was telling Aquarius this, yours is the type that when you focus on you and what makes you happy and manifesting those things, we all benefit from that. That's the beauty of this journey. Sometimes I feel like, we're so focused on looking outwardly, trying to find satisfaction there. You hear all those horns? I'm taking that as verification. But it's all within here, Leo. All that creative force, all this Eight of Coins, it's wanting, the Eight of Coins is not even just manifesting stuff. This is manifesting it and then refining it, keeping it in the mix here. And who knows where that will take you, Leo. And honestly, who knows, not even just you. Once you get started, who knows where that'll take society, because maybe you'll open this could be something where maybe you'll open graphic design thing. Maybe you'll start courses for people and then, get other people helping to express themselves. Leo, I don't know. You can do your thing. Let's see what else. Because here's the thing, Leo. Maybe some of us are just well, Justin, I don't know what I want to do. And and that's fair. I get it. With life, how busy life can be. I totally understand. But I feel like that this is something that a good first step would be to just sit down and make a list. Figure out what are some things, and think about that when I'm talking about your inner child. What are some things that you liked even doing as a kid? Maybe when was the last time I don't know, maybe I was talking about coloring, or maybe painted something, or, just if we spend too much time thinking about like, oh, there's so many different ways and I'm not even sure where to start, we can let the options get us to where we'll stagnate us, Leo. But the nice thing is, if you just picked one, or you can even pick a couple, Leo, I believe you're a good multitasker, but I do feel like it's, making that decision, because the thing with the Seven of Cups, even if you have all the opportunities, that means nothing if we don't do anything with it. That's just like you have all these. It's like having the $1 million lottery ticket, but we're not cashing it in. You know what I mean? And yes, your skills are $1 million lottery tickets. Absolutely, I believe that, because you can. I've seen it, Leo. I've seen it on the sun. I've seen it in the moon, and and outside of myself, I've seen it in other places that people have. Like my friends and stuff, we all have Jupiter. I know a lot of people with Jupiters in Leo, and Mars in Leo, Venus in Leos, and it's something too that, yeah, we do. Leo placements, for me, they really do benefit from manifesting and creating stuff, no matter where it's at. That energy, that solar energy, it has to be expressed. And that's another thing too, Leah. While I'm thinking about that, it's not even just even the creativity. This is something where because you have so much energy, having the solar energy, making sure that you're moving the body, because if we're not expressing ourselves, that sun energy is just kind of sitting in there, and it needs to get expelled every now and again. And it doesn't have to be anything super vigorous, Leo, but just something. And I'm just thinking more so, like, especially if you have like a Mars in Leo placement, that it's making sure that like not sitting on that energy, because it'll backfire. Because if you got it, well, Leo, we're just about to learn all about the different Leo placements, because if you have your Jupiter in Leo, there's a possibility for expansion of the waist if we don't, if we're not moving the body, so that's just something to keep in mind. Look at that, we're just learning all types of stuff, Leo, more. Five of Cups, Leo. I feel like with this Five of Cups, this is really important. I feel like, first off, if we have any things that are lowering our vibrations, let's just start there. If we're this could be, substances or activities that are just that aren't resonating with it anymore, that just aren't serving us a purpose, Leo. This really is the time to start letting this month. This is going to be this really is just a good time to just start thinking about some things that you want to let go. Because the thing with Saturn, if we hold on to stuff that's hindering our growth, and I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but it's just going to make going through this process a lot harder. It's going to make things where we're gonna really need to get creative to get through, how, what may possibly happen with this energy. But something to just be mindful of, that it may feel like this, whatever this is, thing that may be, that we're thinking about possibly letting go. We may have some attachments to it. It may be something that, we'll feel some kind of way maybe for a second. But Leo, I promise, the space that you're making for or that you're getting ready to fill up in place of these cups. Look at that. We could focus on these 3 cups here in this tragedy, or we can focus on the fact that, one, there are 2 cups behind you here, and they'll be perfect. Those should hold you over at least until you get to your castle there, and then and again, I know how this may sound, but even letting go of ways of, like, if we haven't expressed ourselves, Leo, finding little and this could be too, maybe when I'm talking about moving the body and stuff, this could be, when was the last time that you've, like, maybe, I don't know, rode a bike, if that's, something, or maybe gone to, like, a park, or, because that can be creative too, Leo, because it gets you. Sometimes when we're moving the body and we're out in nature, it gets the chemicals moving. I don't know if it's endorphins, but stay with me. As you can see, again, not medical advice, but or not physical. Granted, I work out, but stay with me, Leo. When we're moving and we're out in different environments and stuff, sometimes that helps spark that creative spark too. And who knows, you may find inspiration while you're just kind of out and about doing whatever, So take a notebook with you, Leo. You never know when inspiration might hit, or keep a little thing on like the, what's that little, like, the notepad thing for the phone. You know what I'm talking about, Leo. And Leo, looks like we're going to have to get creative here, because it looks like my camera has decided to tap out for a second. My other one, at least, but that's fine. We're going to get creative. We're going to work with the energies here. And you know what? Oh, no, all right. Definitely plan on that being a little more graceful. But it's fine, Leo, because it doesn't change the fact that with the 7 of Wands popping up in reverse, this is, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, Leo, this is something that, be mindful of not being too harsh on yourself. One, for you, just you in particular, I mean, just like more so you in particular, but this can also be about, other people's opinions about what we may want to start up as well. Like if we have an art thing, people might have any kind of opinions on it, or, if we're having any ideas or something, to not let others bring your ideas down. And again, to not let you bring your ideas down too, because ideas where, okay, let's say you have an idea and it wasn't like wasn't the most brilliant one. At least you had an idea. That's where it starts, and then we compound from there. It's like, okay, oh, well, that didn't, okay, I tried that didn't work. I wonder if I go about it this way, how would that go? Or, that's a nice thing. Don't be afraid to fail, like, or if you're, let's say if we're going for a painting, we're expecting a Picasso, but we get stick figures. Totally fine. We have to start somewhere. And who knows, Leo, maybe you can turn those stick figures. I remember this game, I don't even know if it's still a thing, where you played as, like, stick figures, and it was actually kind of violent. They had, like, all these weapons and such, and you ended up fighting. It's a whole lot going down, Leo. But it's going to be one of those things. You never know what you're working with. You never know what gold is going to pop up at the end of this, Leo. So look at you, King of Coins. More. Oh, my girl. What's good, Empress? Okay, hold up. And the Chariot. Oh, come on, and in reverse? Oh, Leo. Hold up. We want to start. Okay, hold on. We're going to start with the Chariot, because my girl's I'm sure we got separate thoughts about that. With this Chariot in reverse here, Leo, if there's something that it's time to get started on something. Like with this chariot, I was like, oh, I thought there was gonna be a big old story coming behind this. No, get something started, Leo. Get something off the ground. You know, even just a little bit, just something to entertain. Get a hobby. You know, I feel like that. Just really just start. If we're not sure, start small. If there's something that you've been putting off for a while, you know, start there. You know, if you got a project that's been sitting in the garage for however long, or something in the attic or in the basement, dust off that bad boy and give and nurture that idea. You know, the Empress is normally she's my card of self-care, which, you know, she definitely embodies that. You know, if you haven't taken care of yourself here, Leo, that can be a form of self-care too. Expressing yourself, art. Thank you, Empress. But also nurturing our ideas, you know, allowing ourselves to think that we can do something more, or that we can nurture something beautiful into this world here, because that's all you do, Leo. It's the sun adds. I mean, look at this. Look how warm and inviting she looks. She's got this lovely sun behind her. That's what you do, Leo. That's how you look most of the time. Is that when you're doing things that keep you at peace. You know, look at this lovely garden that you've planted. Everyone, the Empress inspires, Leo. Empress inspires me. And I'll tell you what, that's like, it really, I really don't know if I can emphasize that enough. How amazing that is, or what an inspiration that you can really be, Leo, in helping people see ways that they can get their abundance as well. You know, you really are a prime example of what it means to lead by example. And what an example that you can be, being the Empress, if we start, you know, nurturing these things into being and feeding this energy here. And because, Leo, I really feel like if we're worried about, well, what about my abundance? Then make your abundance. Make it abundant. Figure out how to do that. And if we're not sure, maybe partnering up with a King of Coins might be an answer here, Leo, because this is a time too. And this, you know, we're in a time of collaboration. This is going to be, when I was talking about Pluto moving into Aquarius, you know, there's going to be, there's change that are already going down, and it's just going to continue. And you know what, when I was talking about Mars going into Cancer, this is going to be, you know, astrology according to Justin, but when I think of Mars energy, and it's about action, and Cancerian energy is very nurturing. It's very much it's nurturing, and we're very much, you know, in tune with our feelings. So Leo, this is, I feel like it asks you, this is a primo time for you. You know, I feel like to tune into what it is that your heart is wanting to do, and then nurturing that thing into existence, you know, really feel that out, you know, because, and while I'm talking about Cancer, yeah, this is, you know, this is Cancer's card. And then, you know, Venus is more abundance, you know, really, it's your abundance, your beauty, your aesthetics, it's everything. More. So, yeah, Leo, I feel like that's going to be your focus on the month. You know, getting some things on the ground and then nurturing that. You know, making it a habit. And I don't mean you got to start up like a whole bunch of things. Again, don't let the number of opportunities overwhelm you. Just pick something that resonates with you, and then when we go from there, it's going to be magnificent what it's going to respond. You know what, Leo, I think I'm just going to go ahead and kind of pull this up a little bit, because, yeah, my other camera, it's doing a thing where it's, you know what, let's just shut you off. I don't know what you're doing. But, Leo, let's just get some oracle cards. Okay, let's... Oh, wait. Okay, keeping those, keeping that one. Any more? All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Leo, we got this. Yeah. Wow. So, well, you know what? Yeah, you know, I want to start there. You see this card here, Leo? I don't know if you could create something, Leo. Come on, even the oracles are trying to tell you See, you thought that I was just like, oh, Jesse, you always tell me that I should just manifest. No, Leo, get your pen, your paper, your brush, your whatever, your easel, your laptop, your gardening tools, your I don't know, Leo. Get to manifesting, because I feel like that's going to, now we got the aligned card in reverse here. And I feel like the aligned card is saying that that not that you aren't necessarily in like a good alignment, Leo, but that these energies could be working, could be harmonizing a lot more. You can get more out of this energy if we collaborate this, because the serpent, I love the serpent card. This is in reverse, Leo, and here's the thing with reversals, here's at least how I feel about it. Even though they're in reverse here, any of the cards, if it's more of like a, low vibration type, or like a lesson that we're getting out of it, the fact that it showed up shows that you can still access it. It's just something that we need to work on, but it's at your disposal here. Empress, and ooh, that was smoother. You see that? Empress and Chariot, that's all at your disposal here, but it's tapping into that side of us, Leo, that hasn't been nurtured. If we haven't been following our dreams and doing stuff along those lines, then the serpent invites us to tap into that old energy, because we never forget how to create, Leo. We might get a little rusty, but we never forget how to manifest. It's inherent in us, and it's something that you work on this, and it's just like anything else. Let's go with working out. It's like, sure, when you start lifting, maybe you can only lift 10 pounds, and that's fine, Leo. You got to start somewhere. But as you nurture it and you start growing, oh, look at that, you're lifting 15 pounds. Oh, look at you lifting 20 pounds. Oh, now we're 15 pounds, and now we're changing even the workouts that we're doing. Leo, it's really cool what can happen here. So, there's something that's trying to awaken, Leo. This to me even like gives it like Kundalini energy. It's like really tapping into some raw energy here, and really allowing that to express itself, Leo. So express yourself. Yeah, we just went there, Leo. And you know what? I don't care what anybody thinks. And that's what you should do too, Leo. So you know what? I'm going to leave that there. I love that. Let's pull this back up a little bit here so you see yeah, there we go, Leo. I hope you like that, Leo. And I hope that made sense, and yeah, like it's this could really be, you can create whatever you want this month, and then granted we do that anyway, but you can really, just, you magician, just have fun with it. You have all the tools you need, and you have all the vitality for it, because I'll tell you what, with all my chart being riddled with Leo, to have it as a sun placement, I mean, that's so freaking cool, and I've seen it. I see what you all can do when you're not trying that hard. That's the thing. I see what you can do when you're just sort of like, la, la, la. Imagine if you were to like really hone in and, again, really refine that, Leo. King of Pentacles. all day. But something resonated with you, Leo. Because never mind. Give it a thumbs up, and then and share this. I don't know how many times I need to tell Leo that I want to just see you just manifesting and just sunshine all over the place. But you know what, Leo, I will do it as many times as it takes, because it really is a gift what you bring to the world. Yeah, and I'm serious. It's really a gift what you can bring. We all bring something very special. Each sign has their thing. Yours is it's that sunlight, it's that creativity, that infectious energy, that childlike innocence, just all of that. You really can bring out the beauty and stuff. So I would love to see, more Leos just really believing that and really embodying that energy, and just be, because that too, Leo, because I find that, sometimes I feel like people get that misconception, that Leos are egotistical or whatnot, or, they're constantly seeking attention. But you don't have to try that hard, Leo. You just got to do you and focus on you right now. Don't worry about what other people will think. They will let you know, because it's amazing every single time. And that, like, don't worry about others raising your vibrations, Leo. I feel like the big thing for you is learning how to appease your ego, and you to be satisfied with what you're doing and being confident in what you're doing and knowing that you're manifesting. If we have people who have strong opinions, possibly, about what you're doing, here's something to throw back at them. When was the last time you created something? Have you been manifesting, or are we a critic? Looking at you, not you, Leo, that other person that might be coming at you. So where were we at? How we get on that spiel? Oh, because we're sharing. And then while you probably in that whole story, Leo, you had enough time. But if you still haven't already, subscribe and then hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then Leo, social media. But I'm getting there. I came up with a creative way to social media. I'm on Insight Timer. It's a meditation app. It's one that I've been working with for years, and here's where I'm at with that. We don't have any kind of partnership or anything, but my philosophy is if we have tools that have helped raise our vibrations, then we share that with people, because that's how else do we do it? We all, some awareness is a beautiful thing. It creates opportunities. So I'm creating an opportunity for you, Leo. Here's a little easy one for you to start practicing some creativity. I made a group called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration, and it's just a little group in there I post there daily different positive affirmations, whether they're my own or, if I created my own or came across some. It can also be any kind of like enlightening messages. But, and down the line, where'd she go? Empress. I plan on, even as the group grows, I want to do something where I start do like a self-care with the Empress, just like taking little meditation chunks, and just because her and I have been, sidebar, a little bit more about me. Her and I have been geeking out since I started this channel. I mean, it's borderline. I mean, we really can they're getting a little bit better, but only like a little bit. But yeah, that's what I'm doing there, Leo. But come on over. It's a free app. They have a premium version if you want, but there's so much options, from music, different healing music, to different guided sessions. I absolutely love it. So check that out, Leo. And then lastly, I mean, you got the hottest ticket in the house here. Not that you needed one, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, it don't matter. Come on over to the Chariot and Friends. Oh, right, I'm not over here anymore. I'm like, why am I looking here, Leo? Camera's still off. Come on over to the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and all that housekeeping, Leo, is down in the description box below. And we always welcome the sun over, because the moon is reflecting the sun's light. Leo, just look at how beautiful your sign is. Let's get your surprise cards. Leo. Still about to do it again. You got the Two of Swords in reverse here to start. And then, love it. You got the Festival card here, Leo. But let's talk about, before we have some fun, we need to choose to have fun first. We need to, like really, Leo, if we haven't made time to do something that we're enjoying, and making it like a routine, and really and not just because even when I'm thinking about some of us, when I had said cooking, some of you might be like, oh, well, I cook all the time. But are we really in it? Are we really mindful? Are we thinking about are we playing around with ingredients? Are we having fun? Maybe chopping it up different ways, or maybe, I don't know, Leo, just this is something where, if we're at a crossroads, or how do I want to put this? If things have just been a little serious, if we haven't been having any type of fun or anything like that, have the fun, and then like I was saying with the cooking, be mindful in it, and because here's the thing, if we're cooking, just as an example, if we're cooking but but we're still bringing like the stuff from like the day, you know, let's say we had a really stressful day, that energy is going into your craft there. So we want to make sure to be mindful of when we're choosing to do this stuff here, making sure that we're being intentional, that we're feeding it with fun and love and joy and happiness. Because that's Leo with this festival card. You know, this is a time to celebrate. This is a time to really be in your energy and to create moments for, because there are, you know, there are going to be some changes, you know, there's going to be, and you know, and as the world's adjusting, the world's going to need a little bit of fun in the, you know, or really a lot of fun, you know, but we're going to need some fun in the mix here, you know, to possibly balance out, you know, however things are going down with these energy shifts. So, you know, Leo, again, you can really bring in, I mean, you're so abundant right now. Like, really, Empress, King of Coins, you're so abundant right now. You're probably full of ideas. Bring those ideas to light, Leo, you know, because it really is going to do you a great service. And take it from me, someone who's been tapping into that, you know, learning more about the Leo side of myself. You know, this is, it'll pay off in the long run, Leo. And you know, that's just from, you know, like some not even like a sun placement, you know. So, oh, Leo. But I'll leave it there, cool, because you ain't gonna have no time. I'm taking up all your time here. So thanks for being here, Leo. I always love when your energy comes through, and you know, especially you bring in Empress energy. Come on, I'm with it. But stay safe out there. And Leo, I was going to say raise the vibration to the roof, but do that, but also create a vibration, you know, create new, you know, create some, I don't know, create a new resonance, create a festival, Leo. Tap into that energy, you know, that untapped, you know, that if we've been keeping ourselves, you know, any kind of pent up energy, you know, or creative expressions, you know, let that out, Leo. You know, allow yourselves to create. And I will catch you. Oh, where's the mouse go? Oh, there we go. On the next one later.